Hey everybody, this is Vulture Championship Wrestling Business. I'm Bobo the Vulture, and this is Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. It's almost the end of the year, folks. What did you get for Christmas? Well, I guess you don't know yet, but what did you get other people for Christmas? If you don't know yet, it's the 1st of December. You should be thinking about it. So, what's going on? I don't know. I think, let's check the world of sponsors. I don't think there are any new interested sponsors, probably. Nope. Pretty much the same rack of dudes that are always sort of checking out what we do. So that feud really helped the careers of Axelaw. Axelaw is now 53 over, and little Nate now 59 over. He's probably going to get hired away pretty quickly, although he also is on tour with Pro Wrestling Noah, and I think it's harder. I don't remember if it's either impossible or just much more difficult to hire guys into written contracts that are working for Japan. Like if they have a contract to work in Japanese Fed, they won't break that versus they will break other stuff. I don't know, it's weird. Dunn's not great. I feel like Dunn and Stryker could wrestle each other. I feel like, oof. I mean, Dunn is going to end up getting a boost out of this, uh, out of this feud. But he has stats at this point where I almost feel like I should be making him a jobber. Though Dunn and Marcos are here together, I could have them wrestle as a tag team. His morale is at 29. You don't want to negotiate? Do you want to leave? Okay. So let's start another feud. Let's look at our notepad here. Jet Jaguar versus Todd Sexton, maybe. Strange versus Dunn is going on, and it's pretty good. Drell Clark is currently injured, so we can't do that right now. Axelaw versus Steve Stone, we never got to do, so let's just... Or wait, no, Axelaw versus Steve Stone I thought we did start. Or did Steve Stone get hired away during a different feud? I feel like Steve Stone got hired away while he was in the middle of a feud with Axelaw. So you're beginning to notice here, folks, why I am looking very avidly forward to a time when I can sign workers to written contracts, where they can't just leave because they feel like it. It'll cost more money because I won't use every worker every card, but I'll pay them every month. Well, it might. Depends. So yeah, actually of all these, um, Strange versus Dunn, we're about to finish. Jarrell Clark versus Corey Castle, he's injured, or Clark is injured right now. So that takes these two out. Katsushi Takamura versus Sanjay Dutt. We'd have to turn one or the other of them, which we could do, and they would put on an amazing feud. But I'm probably just going to wait until we need to refresh one of their gimmicks. Actually, we just had to refresh Takamura's gimmick, and I didn't renew it, or I didn't change it up, did I? Oh, I'm an idiot. Jet Jaguar versus Todd Sexton, therefore, will be our next big feud. Jet Jaguar versus Todd Sexton. Let's start a feud between Jet Jaguar and Todd Sexton. It does not have a lot of heat behind it because, I mean, for one, Jet Jaguar hasn't even shown up in our league yet. So, what are we thinking? 19 workers, 23% of its peak. I was gonna think about rehiring Majik, I think. just 'cause why not? He's a pretty talented guy. He is, I could make him a tweener. Make you a tweener. Wait, what is your overness right now? 44. He's liked and respected and stuff. I'll probably come back to him maybe at some point. For no other reason than I feel like, hey, he's one of my guys, even though he's not technically a guy I had hired from the very beginning or anything. And this is, yeah, Christmas Carnage is the 29th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I count, folks. I'm counting mouse clicks in case that is not evident from what I appear to be doing when I hover the little cursor over there and what begins to happen after I start counting from 1. And just in case you can't, my microphone isn't picking up those mouse clicks, which I feel like it might. This isn't necessarily a high effort production, just keeping this casual because, it's a fun game. It's just fun to sort of play around with, and so not trying to put too much effort not trying to put too much pressure on this thing. We're just doing what we can. We're just moving them along, moseying our way through the wrestling world. Hey there, slap ass. I'm just gonna mosey on in over here, and oh God, the Pele. That's that's an impression of Jeff Jarrett being hit by a bicycle kick from AJ Styles. Jeff Jarrett and AJ Styles, both former fairly prominent figures in NWA TNA. I don't actually know that either one of them wrestles for TNA now, or if they do as much as or are as prominent in the roster as they were when I was sort of last following TNA. Because it's weird. I think like Jeff Jarrett is sort of like on the outs with TNA, even though I still feel like the Jarrett family has some sort of ownership over the thing. But I don't know enough to be able to say I don't see TNA because got like 10 channels on my television. 5 of them are different HBOs. It's sort of weird how that turned out. We get like the shittiest cable, and then let's see, 17 workers. Oh snap! We had a lot of guys get hired away. I get the feeling that our feud's probably gonna, well, the one feud is probably gonna be broken now. I get the feeling that Deranged got hired up. You guys placed your bets yet? Have you placed your bets? I'm going to give you this chance now. This is global warning to, I say global warning. That was something that Jeff Jarrett would periodically say. And it didn't make any sense then. It doesn't make any sense now. It's global warming, right? And it's like, no, it's a play on words. See, it's like, no, it's not really though. Warning right now. Pause the video. Go down to the comments. Make your prediction. Actually, you get 2 predictions this time. If you get both of them, well, ding, ding, ding. There's not really a prize or anything, but well done. Applaud yourself, and I'll probably applaud you in the comments as well. So let's start off by looking at the feuds. Deranged and Dunn are both still with the company. And so are Jet Jaguar and Todd Sexton. None of our feuds got switched up, which gives me a sick sinking feeling because I get the feeling that Katsushi Takamura or Sanjay Dutt or both may have been hired away. They're my favorite guys. I'm sorry, rest of the roster. I apologize for being so clearly biased. Maybe Little Nate? I don't know. Little Nate. Oh, Axel Law. Axel Law's not in a feud anymore. Could be Axel Law. They don't hire away heels as often as they do faces for whatever reason. Possibly because of the way that the feuds work. I end up putting the good guys on top so they get over faster. Anyways, enough time for speculation. You've had time to stop and look it up if you want to, or to make your guesses if you want to. Mark Henry has assigned first. There we go. They've signed Tim Gunn. Sponsorship deals are happening. NWAW fell to national level and the owner quit. Well, Nate has agreed to an open contract with NWAW. Well, okay, so he may decide that he's going to work on a different open contract and not work for us then. Devon Dudley's a written contract. Pogo the Clown is a written contract. Shady, Orange Crush, Billy Kim, Samoa Joe, Mercedes Martinez, Kid Video Fabulous. They're firing people. Killer Kowalski got fired. Fat Frank has taken over NWAW. Test left. Jeff Hardy left. Bull Buchanan, Mark Jindrak, Kaz Mayashi, Jim Duggan, Mr. Aguila, Damien 666, Victoria, Steve Bradley, Barry Windham, Jado, PJ Friedman, Nate Hatred, Sick Nick Mondo, Orange Crush, Izzy, Joey Idol, Pogo the Clown, Shady, the guys that just got hired. They're all gone. Damien has agreed to an open contract, so some of these guys are going to come back as, I don't know, Danny Basham, Wife Beater, Mitch Page. Okay, NWAW have signed away Axel Law. That's too bad. Axel Law was a good guy. You know, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, Axel Law. You were a good wrestling heel for us. It's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing because Axel Law was a big star and good at what he did. And still does, presumably, for NWAW. Chef Dave have ended their sponsorship deal with NWAW due to the increasingly risky material they're using. Raw, Lone Star Astronomy. This is all just the first day still? Oh, no, I guess you can sign sponsors in the middle of the month if you want. Eddie Valentine, PJ Friedman, Jim Duggan, Tiger Steel. King of Kings show. That's a show celebrating either Triple H or Jesus. It's Jesus' birth month, I guess, but, Force of the Union, Backstreet Battle. Sanjay Dutt. Oh! Et tu, Sanjay. That hurts me a lot. Sanjay Dutt, Sanjay Dutt, I, I, I said so many good things about you. I poured over how wonderful you are, and it's great to see you in the ring and everything else. And I mean, there are detractors out there. I got Sanjay Dutt. I got people to watch your matches. I have commenters. Mist B, I got him to look up Sanjay Dutt, and he said that you know, he didn't necessarily like you as much as I do, but he was, he was a fun baby face, but the matches are a little acty, like more sketch show than a lot of actual wrestling getting done. I don't know. I think the smaller you go into a league, the more you end up getting that because it's, the guys aren't as good at wrestling yet, and it's easier to put on little playlets. Sanjay Dutt. Shame on you, Sanjay Dutt. I want you back. Sanjay Dutt, I don't know what to say. Sanjay, why? Why did you do it to me, Sanjay? Sanjay Dutt, you're being a butt. And I avoided this whole time. saying anything like that. But but I wasn't making that comparison. I wasn't doing it because I didn't want to insult you because you're such a good superstar. But no, you stabbed me in the back, Sanjay Dutt. Oh, he'd still work for us, but he'd want more money. Sanjay Dutt, you have no loyalty. Come on, Sanjay Dutt. Also, what's going on here? Was it MLW just got taken out? No, it wasn't MLW. Somebody just got taken over by fat somebody or another. Was that and that was NWAW, wasn't it? Yeah. Fat Frank Idabera hires a lot of brawlers like Taka Michinoku. Taka Michinoku, I'm sure, is a fine enough brawler. Let's look at Taka Michinoku's brawl skill. He's got it. Little Nate. Little Nate's actually a decent brawler. I shouldn't be. And he's still with us, so there's that. Taka Michinoku is an amazing wrestler. Look at this. He doesn't have the highest charisma of all time. That's enough probably to get him by. Except he does not speak. He doesn't speak English. Don't know whether Taka Michinoku actually speaks English, or if he doesn't speak English well enough to, do a promo in front of a big group of people. But that was something that he never did, so I would believe it, because if he could speak at all, I feel like that would make him do it. Supreme Wrestling Federation, it is also small. Their public image is 41, so they have not skyrocketed up quite as quickly as we have. Canadian Golden Combat, what's your story? You're a National League, but you're down to 7%, so you're going to drop down to regional again or something, aren't you? You're going to have to start letting go of guys. We're going to have to start hiring guys. We're going to go into the world of search criteria. Look for guys with minimum charismas of 70 that will work for 9 grand. See if they're anybody with good wrestling abilities, like this Sebastian Knight character. Seems like a good worker. Romeo Valentino is a good all-rounder. Well, I suppose we could hire Majik back. Lotto money, not so much. Jamie Dundee? Jamie Dundee! Well, I'll be. Jamie Dundee, I'm going to make you a tweener, and I'm going to sign you, Jamie Dundee. I don't think Jamie Dundee ever got up to the WWE, but or did he? Was he one of the PG-13 rappers? Ah, I can't remember now. Jamie Dundee. Jamie Dundee was was that USWA? Not USWA. Or was it USWA? Yeah, USWA was the Memphis territory fed for a while that Jerry the King Lawler was running, and I remember he was a very big part of that. El Majito still working for 9,000 appearance, just not for us, because he's got too swelled a head. Aaron Bray could be the next big thing in the world of managers. So yeah, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and hire a couple of tweeners. Palm Beach Boy Scott, not incredibly. Oh, and he's also injured right now, so. Like the Sebastian Knight guy, too. He's pretty good. What is his profile? He has been criticized for being lazy in the ring. Well, okay. Gonna give him a shot anyways. He's gonna be an upper mid-card tweener. Polo is, he's okay. He's not great at anything. Romeo Valentino, another guy. Jeez, he's almost good enough, but I wonder. We can come back another time if it turns out. Sleeping with the Fishes as a finisher. Jeez, does he have a gimmick? If not, he's kind of going for one that I kind of figure out. And we'll go back for now. So, yeah, but our feuds are intact. Who knew? Jet Jaguar and Todd Sexton, deranged and done. Let's go ahead and book Chris McCall. That part in itself, especially with the two people being hired away, that part in itself is a Christmas miracle. Now, deranged, done, or both will end up getting hired out of the league from this feud finishing. It's going to be a match, a one-on-one match. Singles. Wait, no, not singles. It's going to be... Let's make this one a ladder match. Because I know Deranged will take the bump. Deranged versus Dunn. There's no title on the line. The result is going to be a win for Dunn. Dunn is going to win it cleanly. And the aftermath is going to be that Dunn is going to celebrate, raising his fists in glory. And that is going to put paid to this feud between the two of them. And we are also going to establish a feud between Jet Jaguar and Todd Sexton. Match. One-on-one. Single match. Jet Jaguar versus Todd Sexton. The title on the line. There's no title on the line. This win is going to go to Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar is going to get this win clean. And then the aftermath is going to be Jet Jaguar will cheap shot him after a handshake. Because what the heck, Jet Jaguar, I thought you were cool. The purpose of this is going to be to continue a feud. But Jet Jaguar, you don't give a fuck, man. Jet Jaguar's crazy like that. Now, what else do we want to get going here? We got a lot of debuts again. Jamie Dundee. Wow, that is great. I know it says it's a debut for Majik, but I mean, come on, Majik's been part of our group for quite a while now. Little Nate, Marcos, Thorns. Dysfunction is really good, I gotta say. Put Dysfunction in some matches here. He work well against Striker, Corey Castle. Come on, Dysfunction, let's get you out there. Who are we gonna put you in a match against? Perhaps Todd Sexton. No, you got too much of a brawl skill to be wasting your abilities against Todd Sexton. What about Lazarus? Lazarus is a heavyweight, which is interesting. He's agile guy for a heavyweight. Let's have Sugarman and Sugarman. Let's have Sugarman have a match with Dysfunction. I bet those two put on a decent match. Even though they are of different sizes. Let's see, match, one-on-one, single styles, Dysfunction versus the Sugar Man. Here comes the Sugar Man. No titles going on here. This is going to be a win for the Sugar Man. It's going to be clean. And that's all it's going to be wrote about that. It's just a good match we're trying to put on here, guys. We're just trying to put on quality entertainment for all of you fans. I don't know why we got to have this whole big thing. And what is our opening match going to be? Takamura. Oh man, I bet Takamura and Dysfunction would put on a good match too. I'd actually be kind of curious to see that. Although, let's have Takamura take on Lazarus. Match, one-on-one, singles. Katsushi Takamura versus Lazarus. No title on the line. I'm going to give this one to Lazarus, because I let Takamura win a lot. Lazarus is going to win by cheating. The aftermath will be that Lazarus runs off. Because, you know, put on a good match. Sanjay Dutt, did you leave because your former manager that you used to flirt with left? Is that what happened? She quit, we replaced her with Ms. Vanessa, and you're like, no, man, not, not having this. I want to go follow her. Maybe that's what happened, huh? Is that what happened, guys? Ms. Tiffany, was it? No, Miss Tennille, sorry. It was Miss Tennille. I wonder where Miss Tennille ended up. If Miss Tennille ended up in the same Fed as Sanjay Dutt, I have to imagine Sanjay Dutt just left because he was missing his lady love. That has to be what it was. Let's have an interview, single worker with manager, Miss Vanessa with Todd Sexton. They're going to be talking about Jet Jaguar, and they're going to be advancing this feud. Here we are going to have an interview, single worker. It's just going to be Jet Jaguar out there by himself. And he's going to say something about Todd Sexton. And the purpose of that is going to be to further that feud. Because, folks, I don't get working full-time on all these feuds. Then there just ain't time for them to get developed. And they'll take like a year or more to actually reach any fruition. That's the problem we got right now. Deranged. The target's going to be done. And the purpose for that one is going to be to continue their feud. I hope I remembered to get those two right. The interview with Jet Jaguar and the interview with Todd Sexton. Let's go ahead and have a debut angle here for Jet Jaguar. Stable debuts. All right, so singles debut in a limo, singles debut with an authority figure, singles debut to attack authority figure. Well, we don't really have authority figure guys right now. Now, singles debut. Singles worker makes his debut by stepping out of a limo. If you know one guy who has the high flying jet set life, it is Jet Jaguar, the robot that can transform to the size of a giant Godzilla monster. That's definitely the way that's definitely the way Jet Jaguar rolls. He's riding around in limousines. This is probably nowhere near as funny to anybody except possibly Mysterious JG. But I'm telling you, go Google Jet Jaguar and you will see. And he's got a theme song already. He's got a built-in theme song. You can listen to the Jet Jaguar theme, and that's what I'm picturing this guy walks to the ring with. And it's in Japanese, so I don't know the words. But it goes like dur, 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 dur. Well, yeah, part of it is, the words Jet Jaguar, a Jet Jaguar. It's great. It's just the best thing. All right. So we've got this got this event thoroughly booked. Let's go ahead and start the show and see what happens. Jet Jaguar gained overness from this segment. It was a decent segment for just being one of these, like, somebody steps out of a limo. They're all like, holy shit, that guy knows how to get out of a limo. The child locks must be off and everything. That's amazing. Bill Woods talking up deranged. Done and deranged. Well, that wasn't the best segment, but what are you going to do? Okay, Takamura lost a little bit of overness and Lazarus gained a little overness, but they had a good match. The crowd was okay into it. Had a decent. I bet these guys it may turn out they have a little bit of chemistry in the ring. Jet Jaguar gaining even more overness by ripping into Todd Sexton. He just walked out of his limousine, took the duration of an interview and a match to get to the ring, and then is like, hey, Todd Sexton, I'm calling you out. Although, of course, he can't actually talk per the rules established in Godzilla vs. Gigan. He just makes wild arm gestures while this sound happens. So that was what the entire interview was, folks. You have to imagine it. All right, Dysfunction versus Jason Sugarman. They had an okay match. The crowd didn't give a shit though, so the overall rating is 53%. Sorry, folks, I just got really punchy now that we've debuted Jet Jaguar.
Jaguar likes luxury?
That's right, Tony. Jet Jaguar likes luxury.
God.
Do you like luxury? Oh.
Fancy ass motherfucker.
Pete just said fancy ass motherfucker for no reason.
So he likes luxury?
Oh man. After this, I'm gonna have to show Bean who the Jet Jaguar I'm talking about is. Not this professional wrestler, although again, I am 100% equating this professional wrestler with the robot from the movie Godzilla vs. Gigan. Pretty sure it was Godzilla vs. Gigan or Gigan or whatever. Um, Wow, Jet Jaguar and Todd Sexton did have a good match. Crowd didn't care that much yet. I guess the feud hasn't built up super amount yet, but done his backstage. He gained overness by talking about deranged. And here we go. Moment of truth. Good match. Both of them gained overness from the feud ending. It was an okay match, but the crowd was really into it. Well, not really into it. 59% is apparently super into it from my crowds. But 65% overall match rating. I bet this turns out to be a halfway decent, well, 60%. So yeah, halfway decent. Not super decent, but halfway decent. Halfway decent pay-per-view, folks. Well, not a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying. Katsushi Takamura wants to be higher up the card. Dunn's feud rocked. It helped his career a lot. 203 people saw the show. We got a 1.1 television rating for, or no, they got a 1.1. We got 203 people watched. We don't have a television show. 89%. Yeah, we're on our way, folks. We're on our way. So let's click over. Sunday will be the 31st. NEPW have released Blind Rage. They just started punching everyone around them. Hostile Holidays, Blaze of Glory. Down in a blaze of glory. NEPW have released Chris Cole. Alright. They've released new and improved Chris Cole. Jet Jaguar versus Todd Sexton. The feud has already gained a lot of heat. For it started at 30 something, now it's at 50, right? Let's click over and kick off the new year, guys. And this will give us a chance to look at, once again, the end of the year's top 100 pro wrestling superstars. Here they are. Chris Jericho, Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle, Loki, AJ Styles, Tajiri. Hurricane is in the top 10. That's pretty good. Taka Michinoku up there. Taka Michinoku is a really good wrestler. I mean, all those guys are good wrestlers, don't get me wrong. Shawn Michaels is also a good wrestler. Easy Money. Don't think I've actually ever seen Easy Money. Kid Cash I've seen, but he's not. Yeah, Shark Boy. Brock Lesnar. Let's go down here and see how long it takes us to recognize a guy that used to wrestle for us. Felcher, still at 40. Felcher is better than Edge, Colt Cabana, Ultimo Dragon. Felcher is better than better than The Rock. Also, Rob Conway is better than The Rock. And John Cena. They're all better than John Cena. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. There's Funaki, who is apparently not quite as good as John Cena, who sucks. And then Shannon Moore. I like Shannon Moore. Let's see, BJ Whitmer, Kazuyoshi Shocker, Psychosis, Primetime, Elix Skipper. Yeah. Is now El Majito. El Majito's managed to crack the listings now. Jamie Dundee of Vulture Championship Wrestling has yet to wrestle a match for Vulture Championship Wrestling, but is on the top 100. There you go, folks. We got a superstar on the end of the year top 100, as voted for by the staff of GrappleFanatics.net, apparently. Amazing. Wrestling Marvel's future. WWE have fired some people. So have some other people. Joe Adel got signed. Zach Gowen got signed. Steve Bradley. Shady. Mark Henry. Tiger Steel. Orange Crush. Mike Knox. Ross McCollum. Bull Buchanan. Chris Hero. Monster Mac. Kenzo Suzuki. Godubris of America. Kenzo Suzuki had a gimmick in the WWE for a little while that he was a Japanese guy who clearly was not attempting to embrace American culture at all and was secretly sort of like obviously pro-Japan, but would occasionally say American phrases like God bless you of America. It was kind of amusing. Alright, Louis Dangerously. Got Vampiro. HGC released Vampiro. Jarrell Clark's back from injury. That's good. Steve Strong's become a road agent. People want more money. Larry Duncan has a month left on his contract. Cheap Japanese toys to cheap now. Bunch of sponsorship deals have ended. Our deal with Anya's weddings has ended. Public image is improving every month. Let's go ahead and go over here real quick, check out the sponsorship situation. Who is interested in being a sponsor with us? SlashWrestling.com would be, and they are a sponsor we haven't looked at, but they do not offer as much money as Anya's weddings, and they have a higher morality threshold. So Anya's weddings is a better deal all around. Let's offer Anya's wedding a minor sponsorship. And what is the next sponsor to get ready to leave? Veteranament and Thrush, both of them will likely stay. Um, I don't think in the next 4 months we're going to actually manage to. Well, we might. In the next 4 months, we might be able to move up to another tier of, let's see, 89. Probably will get real close, but not quite make it in a month, in that much time. Sophie, what's going on? We got 20 workers. 19% of its peak, the wrestling industry is. Gerald Clark needs a new gimmick. Jamie Dundee hasn't been debuted yet. Let's take a look at Gerald Clark. How are you feeling, man? All right, you've come back from injury and you're looking great. We do need to get you a new gimmick though, Jarrell Clark. What kind of gimmick could you have? Let's go back and go into the writing room. Let's learn about possible gimmicks. He could be a he could just be obnoxious. I kind of like that for Jarrell Clark. He just drives everyone crazy with his obnoxious behavior. I think, I don't know. Like, the example they give is IRS, and IRS is an obvious example of something else. IRS is an obvious example of um, a character that is supposed to just get your goat because he represents the government taking your money. Like, I don't know. Could be something like that. Yeah, actually, I kind of like the idea of making Jarrell Clark obnoxious. I mean, not making him obnoxious, but making his character be that he's an obnoxious guy. So, oh, by the way, Anya's wedding says, we look forward to working with you. Jarrell Clark, let's change your gimmick.
No.
Little kitten, no. Alright, let's turn him into an obnoxious guy. There we go, obnoxito. Alright, getting ready to change Jarrell Clark's gimmick. That'll be something that we will likely do next time. But for right now, this has been Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, my battery's about to run out. So I guess I will see you all next time. Bye for now.